Hi guys, welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesigntechtips.com. Well, we got a fun one for you today. We've recently used this on a pressure washing site that we built for a client, and it's a hotspot image. We've got an image here. You may notice we got a little spots here and there. If I click on one, it's going to give you a little tooltip letting you know what's going on there. Another one up here. Another one down here. And another one up here. Really nice little interactive feature to have on your site. And really easy to do. And it's totally responsive. We're looking at an iPad Air here. Let's make it a little bit bigger so you can see. And they're all in the same place. They can click on it and do their thing. Let's have a look on an iPhone. And again, we'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see a bit better. Here it is on an iPhone. Of course, the dots appear a little bit bigger. But of course, the tooltips are going to pop out into a nice readable size for you. Really easy to do. Like I say, fantastic little interactive feature to have on your site. So let's get started. If you haven't already, hit your Edit with Elementor button. I've got mine open on this page here. Let's just delete this one and we'll start from scratch. Okay, I've got a section up here, the pink tab. Inside I've got a single column. I'm going to click on the matrix and we'll roll down and find the hotspot image. There it is right there. I'm going to left click. I'm going to drag it over to my column and release. And let's add an image to, just for fun, let's use a different image. And it's popped that in there for us. Fantastic. By default, it drops a little one right in the center there. It's telling us this image doesn't contain an alt tag. I'm going to pop one in quickly. An alt tag, all images should have them. And what it does is people with bad eyesight who use screen readers, it'll give them a description of that particular image. A lot of people do put keywords and things in there. Not sure if that still works nowadays, but they should have an alt tag in there of some sort. Okay, like I mentioned, we've got a little hotspot in there. You can change the resolution of your image. It's not quite filling out the whole of my column there, so I'm going to make it full size. These are well optimized images, so it doesn't matter how big I make it, it's pretty small in size. Let's go down to our hotspot now. And here's the one that's already in there. If you click on it, it'll open out for content and position here. If you want to give it a label, you can do. And as you can see, it'll pop out there. I'd rather have just the icon itself, so I'm going to delete that. If you want to, rather than having a tooltip pop out, you can put a link in and take people to wherever you want with a URL or an anchor tag, whatever you want to use. I'm going to leave it just like it is with no link in there. That's just a demo link. That way we can have a tooltip that says something down here. Okay, the icon you want to use is entirely up to you. You can go to the icon library. Scroll down. I think I used that one last time. Eyeball would be another one that would work well on this. As you can see, it's changed that little icon there. If you want to make it bigger and smaller, you can turn this off here and it can have a minimum width, minimum height there. I'm happy with the size that it is, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Now, obviously, you're going to want your tooltip to say something. So perhaps I'll put this one on this bridge. See, this is your way to work. Whatever you want to put in yours, obviously. And you can change it from paragraph text to headings if you want. You can make bullet lists. You can align. You can even put a link in here if you want to. Great, so we've got our tooltip. We've got the icon that we want. Let's put it where we want. We have to hit the position mark here. And I want to put this perhaps on this bridge over here. So we've got horizontal offset. We take it left or right. I'm going to take it right, perhaps over here. I'm going to drop it down a bit so it's sitting on the bridge there. Perfect. And you may notice it's got a bit of an animation going on there. You've got a few to choose from here. You've got a little soft beat there, which will just keep it pulsing up and down like that. It's quite nice. You've got an overlay, which will darken it down and lighten it up when you put your mouse on it. Or of course you've got none at all, which it'll just sit there. For fun, let's leave it on soft beat. And you can actually sequence the animation by turning this switch on, deciding how long you want it to run for, and then it'll take a break and start running again. But I'm happy with the way that it was. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's go over to our styling now, and here you can make it whatever color and thing you want. The image I'm going to leave just as it is because it's full size for me. I don't need to make it bigger or smaller there. So I'm going to go straight down to the hotspot down below here. Once you click on it, you can decide what color you want it. I'm going to change mine to perhaps a white. You can make it bigger or smaller. I think I'm going to leave mine just as it is. If you had a title with it, you could change the typography here. You can choose what font, how heavy it is, uppercase, lowercase, etc. I've not got one, so that doesn't matter for us today. Now the box that's around it, you can choose a color for that box right here. At the moment it's a sort of a grey. If you change it to black, as you can see it's black there, you can take the opacity down so you can see a bit of that bridge or whatever it is behind it. But it's still a little bit there. I think that's going to work for me. It's a square at the moment. In fact, if I take that opacity up, it's a square at the moment. If you want to make it into a circle, just give it a high border radius here. Just give it 50 pixels. It's now a circle. I think that's quite cool too. Let's take that opacity back down a little bit. Fade it out just a little bit. And you can fade out that white as well if it's too in your face sort of thing. Great. If you want to add box shadow, you can. I'm happy with that the way it is. And the tooltip itself, that's a bit that's going to pop out with a text saying, this is how you get to work, or whatever it was we put in there. I'm going to give it a bit of padding all around. I'm just going to say 10 pixels there. Color, I'm going to make that background black again. I'm going to take the opacity down again so you can see a bit of that bridge. And when it pops out, you'll see that. That's great. Let's just go back to the content again. And what I'll show you with the tooltip, if we go back down to the tooltip here, not only do you have animations, you can also trigger it either on click. So when you click on it, it's going to pop out. You can trigger it on hover. So as soon as they put their mouse over it, it's going to pop out just like that. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to have it at all. I'm happy for it to be a click. I quite like that. And again, you've got some different animations. Fade in and out, fade grow, fade in by direction, slide by direction. I'm happy with it just the way it is. So let's check this out and we'll add a couple more. I'm going to save draft. I'm going to preview the changes. There's our little hotspot there. I'm going to click on it. There's our little tooltip. It's got that padding around the outside. It's got that black, but we've got the opacity down so we can see some of that image through it. But I can read that nicely. And once you've got one in there, it's very easy to add more. And don't forget, you can link this, or you can link the hotspot as well if you want to. So let's go back and we'll duplicate to add some more. Back in the content, back to hotspot. There's our first one. Little icon there. We left click on it. We can duplicate it. Go into the second one here. Just click on it. And say take the train. Take the train. And we want to move it, so I don't need to do any styling. I'm happy with our styling. And you may think, well, I can't see it. It's because it's on top of our other one there. It's just because we duplicated it. So we're going to move it across. And we're going to move it down to wherever it is you want to put yours. Fantastic. When you have it, just click on it. And we'll duplicate that one. Go into the next one. And let's say this is your apartment. Put it on a skyscraper or something. And again, you can't see it because it's on top of that one there. We'll go to our position. Let's have a penthouse or something up here, or maybe up here. So I'm going to take the horizontal, going to move it across. Going to move it up. And we'll fine tune it a little bit. Perfect. When you're happy, hit your publish or save draft. And we'll check it out on the front end. And here's our second one. When I click on it, take the train. And our one up here. This is my apartment. And of course, this is how your way to get to work. Like I say, we did this for a pressure washing company the other day that had various different things they'd cleaned and stuff like that. It was saying soft wash for roof and things like that. And it's a great little interactive feature to have on your site. It really is. It just adds a nice interest value for people to interact with your site there. So there you go, guys. There is the Elementor hotspot image. Really nice little feature. Hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them below and I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video like this one. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and WebDesignDetectives.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.